And welcome back to Games Done Hitless here on GD Graphics. I just want to mention, thanks to a over $800 donation from Gronk727, we're seeing this bonus run. We're ready to end, and nope, we're going to be live for another hour and a half-ish. We're going to have a great time here on this bonus run. And with me is still Mitchriz, if you would like to say hi.
Yes, hi. Mitchriz still here. Yeah, what an exciting what an exciting push to get that incentive, and we got it. We didn't think we would, but here we are. And that that gets us to our game that we're about to showcase. But before that, let's talk about what's coming up. Let's talk about the remaining days, because we've got a lot more on the schedule. This is not the final day. Tomorrow, we've got the start of our All Souls relay race with Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, as well as a showcase of Cuphead and Metroid Dread. Those are not part of the Souls showcase or Souls relay race. They're a little different. And on the final day for our relay race, we also have Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, and Bloodborne. And then, in addition to those, there are some bonus incentives for us to meet on each of those 2 days. So for tomorrow, we've got an incentive run for Elden Ring, the saxophone-controlled no-hit. That sounds like an amazing run that I would love to see that one. How do you do it with a saxophone?
I did the tech check for this, and it was interesting for sure. Like he was just playing notes, making noises, and then suddenly no hitting bosses. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It was on my screen.
Yeah, saxophone, no hit. Like, those two should not go together. That's like a one or the other type of thing. But somehow we're getting both. And then on the final day, we have an incentive for Sekiro, which is my baby, my beloved. That's the game that I do Hitless in, so I would love to see us hit that on the final day as well. But first, today, we hit the incentive for our Resident Evil 2 remake. It's the hardcore difficulty. It's playing as Leon. It's the A or first side, and we'll get it with no damage here from apachesmash. So Apache, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, so I'm apachesmash, and as they said, we're going for no damage, and I'm with daysahead. Welcome as well.
Hey, everybody.
And I'm with maxylobes.
Hello, everyone.
All right, I'm going to kick it off here. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. I'm really excited to play Resident Evil on GDQ for my first time. Woo! In 3, 2, 1,
let's go.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise to us all, seeing the previous run had come 30 minutes under estimate, but I've had it reliably informed to me that I'm now allowed to go 30 minutes over estimate.
Yeah, true facts. In fact, please go 30 minutes over. Go slower. Just slow down right now. Stop going so fast.
Yeah, more lifetime for more donations to the American Heart Association. But speaking of more donations to the American Heart Association, we do have a bonus incentive for this run. If we raise $250 more, I lost it. Oh no, my train of thought. No, Mitch, save me.
We have no inventory for the Super Tyrant if we get $250 more dollars. So, Apache, can you explain what that is? What is that?
Yeah, so the final boss in the game, instead of going into the fight with weapons and items, I'm going to go in with no weapons and items and only use movement to fight him, because damage in the Super Tyrant makes the fight end sooner. Eventually, Ada will drop a rocket launcher, which is the only way to kill him. So I'll do it without weapons or items, which means it'll take way longer, and I'll just have to avoid him the entire time.
This is out of control.
That sounds tough. So I would love to see that. That sounds like a challenge on a challenge. It's already hardcore difficulty. It's already no damage, and then just throw that on top. Why not? But yeah, why don't you explain to us what's happening in the run right here? What have we got going on?
Everybody.
So the hardcore difficulty means that we're on the or near the highest difficulty adjustment. Zombies will double lunge. There's less items around the map. It's frightening. In fact, Maxi just did a video about difficulty adjustment. Basically, if you play on standard, the whole time it's going to try and bump you up to hardcore anyway, so we may as well play on hardcore, right, Maxi?
You know what? That's true.
But essentially, Yeah, the RPD is like probably the most difficult part of the run. It's right at the beginning. You have essentially nothing, and throughout the run, we're going to build up. We're going to stock up on some weapons and items, and it'll get a little bit easier. But the bosses are ridiculously tough to not take damage from, and of course, there's a bunch of. I'd say the game is pretty random, but in running this no damage and specifically to run it in events, I've tried to make it as consistent as possible. So it's all execution. If I get hit, it's my fault. 99% of the time, if I get hit, it's my fault.
Jesus.
Well, hopefully we don't get that 1%.
Yeah, we'll see.
Don't worry, all hits could just be the 1% if you're in the right mindset.
Yeah. Get hit and just say it was the 1%. Just, no, that was the 1% actually.
Right now, I'm gonna let this zombie come into this room and jump onto this table, and the reason is because when I come back through here later, he will always be in this room. So I'm gonna come through a door later, and if you don't do that, he can literally just be stuck behind the door and instantly grab you. And you can do some pause buffer strats and such to get past him, but it's much safer to just get him stuck on that table. And those zombies are special. Like, they have like limited health compared to the rest of the zombies in the game. It's rare that I'll actually kill any zombies until I get the shotgun. So in hardcore, the pistol can take like, some days it feels like 500 bullets to kill a single zombie. So generally we'll just stun them in the leg and run past them. But as I say, those ones are special. For some reason, just those two there have less health. And quite often you'll see speedrunners, they use a thing called the speedrun tool for this game. I don't actually use that, I prefer to not know that information, but it does make the game slightly harder when you knock a zombie down, you don't know whether it's dead or not. And so I'll have to keep that in mind when I do knock any to the ground. Generally I'll decapitate them, I'll pick up the shotgun a little bit later. So, right now, there's going to be a couple of zombies coming up in this next room, and I'm just going to ignore them for now. One's on the ground, and he won't actually activate until you hit any of the doors, and this one's at the vending machine, and so the first time I go past, I can just ignore him. But he's guarding that shotgun, which I don't have a key for yet, but when I come to get that shotgun later, he's going to be super interested in me all of a sudden. And you'll see this basically. I don't like how when you stun a zombie like so early and you're quite far and you have to run past him, the whole time I'm just thinking he's going to come out of it and grab me. But if you get grabbed on the stairs as well, you can't actually use a defensive. So this is damageless, not hitless. Damageless means I start on 1,200 health and I'm going to end the game on 1,200 health. And so being grabbed, you take damage, but when you get grabbed in this game, you have the chance to use a sub-weapon, a defensive.
It's Marvin.
But if you get grabbed on stairs, you can't use a sub-weapon. So
I've got something to show.
really don't want to get grabbed by him then.
Copy that. I'll be right there.
Yeah, and Apache mentioned how it's kind of scary to get an early stun. It's because on hardcore, 3 bullets is the maximum that it will take to stun a zombie. Sometimes it only takes 1, so it's a little random. You have to react pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's got to be a 3 in the same leg as well. Like, you can end up hitting more if you're kind of wild with your shots and shooting all over the place. But generally, you're always thinking in your head, like, after 3, it's definitely going to stun. But like I says, it can be 1. And you can also crit as well. So crits are random in this game. And if you do crit, you can end up putting a zombie on the floor. And depending on where that happens, that zombie can end up being worse for you as you come back later. Because it'll camp different positions. And there's same with bosses as well. There's certain bosses where, like, if I score a crit on them, it's actually worse. So it's just the RNG where normally you'd think crits would help you. They actually won't a lot of the time.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people who play this game think that like a crit is like a headshot crit, and you blow their head up. But you can get a crit just by shooting a zombie in the big toe. It's just how it is. I don't know why.
Yeah, you'll instantly like take them to the ground, so you'll know you've got it. If you shoot a zombie in the leg and he instantly like loses his leg, it's a crit. But I took the puzzle piece early there just because I wanted to get it out of my inventory, and I also wanted to get rid of the key. So key items in the game, anything like a key or can't think of a single other key item in the game. Bolt cutters, like you have to use every single use of them. So like a key, you have to open every single door with a key before you can get rid of it out of your inventory. You can of course put it in the item box, but if you can get all the uses with it, it's easier just to do that and then delete it. I'm going to pick up this flash grenade here. This is like a safety thing. I'm going to switch to it as well. That just means if I get grabbed, I'll be using the flash grenade. And I don't need it for any other reason. He's in a really awkward spot.
Oh, what the hell?
And as you see, like I shot him like twice in each leg before I actually got the stun.
He blocked a couple of those with his hands.
He did that awful lunge as well. Like the zombies, they sort of move around quite slowly, but every so often they can do this huge lunge and they cover like so much range, so you have to be aware of how far you are from them. But this corridor is fun. Like the first time we came through here, there's nothing. The second time there's going to be a couple of zombies, and then the third time there's going to be so much more. I'll explain it when we get to the third time, but right now we've definitely got 2 zombies, so. It's just why I took this flash grenade, because this next zombie can hang right behind this door. He can be like right on the corner, and you don't know until you turn it, and he instantly grabs you. I'm actually going to take this ammo as well. See, every run feels like it's kind of different, because you don't know how many pistol bullets you're going to need to use on each zombie to get through them, so knowing like where all the extra ammo is decent, and there's a bunch of stuff that can happen now. So a zombie can camp right by this door like that. And what I'm trying to do is get in here and get the shotgun. And I'm going to kind of lock myself in here and let them come through like one at a time. And I'm hoping to just only use 2 shotgun shells here to decapitate them. So the shotgun, like even on the hardest difficulty, will kill a zombie. As long as it's not blocking its head with its hands, which it can do, you can just decapitate them like that. And now I want the door to shut, and I want the other one to get up against the door. So I'm just kind of pushing it, making him know I'm here. Here we go. Perfect. Zombies, when they lose their head, can still push the door open. So you can take the head off, and then they'll still kick the door open. It looks kind of funny, but it's scary if you don't know it's coming. And I'm gonna get the side pack as well, because it just makes life so much easier.
And I just want to butt in with a $5 donation real quick from Monkey Joe 110. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone who donated, by the way. I don't think I said. I think the host did at the start, but like it was amazing to see the amount of money raised and for this incentive as well. It's great honor to be a part of it.
Yeah, 5K for the first day, not even completely done yet, is absolutely absurd. Thank you everyone in chat for donating.
Yeah, right. We're just getting started. I'm gonna get a bunch of shotgun ammo. Shotgun ammo it's like sacred. I always want more of it. In fact, the reason I really like doing damageless is because I don't have to carry healing items, and I have more space for like gunpowders and ammo and just all the good stuff. We don't want any herbs.
What in God's name?
So there's a liquor out there in the hallway. You can walk past it. I'm just going to throw a flash grenade. I have an extra one because I didn't end up using one as a defensive prior to this. So I'm just going to run up and throw the flash. But liquors, they react to sound. They're blind. So if you run, they hear you. But if you walk, they don't. Walking's a little
Doesn't
bit
seem like a
slower.
flashbang would be effective if they can't see then, but...
It does sound as well, right? A flashbang.
Oh,
I mean,
makes sense.
I'm not hugely familiar. I've never actually seen one
I mean,
in real
doesn't
life.
it like kind of feel like an explosion? I don't know though. I've never gotten it with a flashbang, so.
Oh yeah, it
set
definitely
one up,
messes
see what
up
it's
your,
like.
your sense of well, no, don't do that. Yeah, it messes up all your senses really.
What if I touch a flashbang?
I wouldn't recommend that.
I only know about them because of video games.
Implying that there's access to a flashbang in the first place.
So right there, I just decapitate those 2 zombies. I'm going to take the third one out as well. He's kind of asleep by the door. He will activate if you get close to him, and he will definitely activate when I come through the door later, and I'll have someone chasing me then. So I'd rather not have to deal with being chased and the zombie as well. So One of the things we didn't mention about hardcore is like if you die, there's no checkpoints. So if I'm ever being overly cautious, it's just because I only have like 1 life. There's a liquor going to drop from the ceiling now, but if you just look at the sky and ignore it, he misses you. I don't know why that happens, but the way the liquor's attacks is like based on where your camera's facing.
Yeah, that is kind of a classic like modern Resident Evil thing. Ever since like RE4 original, the camera angles, like the way you're looking at stuff, just it affects enemy AI, and it is still like that to this very day, even with RE4 remake. So
I appreciate it so much. I love it when it works in my favor.
yeah,
I noticed you're aiming as you're going up and down stairs. Is that a technique?
Yeah, it's like a fixture. It feels like a fixture of remake 1 and 2, right? Is like a stair skating. So you just aiming the gun over and over again. You get a slight little boost. It's slower than moving normally, but faster than the animation for running up and down stairs.
Yeah, it's also very strange how it works because you can do it with technically sub-weapons. Like you can get your sub-weapon out and you'll get a little boost as well. And it also works differently based on whether you're in caution or danger, but you know, we're not going to see that.
It feels, I don't know if it's true, but it feels like it's slightly different timing with different weapons as well, so like the shotgun or the pistol. Like I say, I don't know if it's true. It feels like it's true though.
Yeah, I have no idea about that either, so.
I'm just going a little bit safer on this and throwing the grenade first. Don't need to do that. You should be able to kill him with just the knife, but
Gotta take it down.
he will definitely die if I throw the grenade first. So he's going to grab me here. I'm purposely getting grabbed. I'm going to use a knife as a defensive, and then I have another one to finish the fight. In 120 FPS, the knife does more damage per tick, so the higher your frame rate, the more damage the knife does, but not the more damage.
Somebody's watching me.
Can you explain it, Maxi? Sorry,
So yeah, it's like it's a DPS thing. So when you're on anything above 60 frames per second in RE2 remake, the knives just become very strange. They start to do more hits each swing. So because they're breakable, each tick is going to be a bit of damage. But let's say you swing the knife on 120 FPS, you get 5 hits a swing. So your knife is going to break faster, but it's going to be doing way higher DPS.
So yeah, we're capped at 120. Or the runs for both the speedrun and Hitless is whether you're 60 FPS or 120. You can't have it like on variable.
Yeah, fun fact, on variable, when this game first came out, people were putting their resolution down to like 640 and going like 300 frames per second, and they were like, yo, look, I can kill William Birkin 1 in like 6 slashes. And I was like, hey, that's not okay, dude. You should probably stop that.
That's peak speedrunning right there.
That sounds like a technique. I think we should have that.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure the very first like GDQ run of the game as well, it was done on like variable frame rate.
I think
the first
so.
ever main event run, yeah.
Yeah, I think Bach had, what was it? Like 160 something frames.
It's quite a demanding game, like even now. It looks great, and you can still like put the graphics up so high that it'll tank your FPS, even if you've got like a supercomputer.
Yeah, that's the Reach the Moon engine for you.
I will say this, I hadn't played a new game in years that I enjoyed, and I was like, I only play old games, and then I played this in, I think, 2021 for the first time, and one of my favorite games ever made. Maxi's not a fan of the DA, though.
No.
That's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm
won't rant about that too much.
Search maxylobes on YouTube. It's got a video about it. It's really good. Please watch it. I want him to make more. We're killing the dogs because they're going to get out in a moment. So we just get rid of them now. As soon as we turn the power on in here, a bunch of dogs are going to swarm us. And quite a few of the ones that left we can just ignore. And it only takes one shotgun shell to actually kill a dog. So that's handy. If you're ever thinking, oh, that's a lot of gunpowder, it's just because I love shotgun shells and I might miss, so it's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, right? But yeah, we can ignore this dog on the right here. He won't be a problem. As we get out the door, there's going to be another dog peeking under the grate, and if you ignore him, he goes away as well. But then there's going to be one as soon as we turn this corner, and you can't ignore him. You can, but you'll get hit. And then one's just going to break through here. But fortunately, he like completely stops after he comes out, so you get an easy shot. And there's 3 dogs in the parking lot, and I have to come back through here later, so what I always like to do is dip out the first time and just have a look at the position of them. And then just ignore the other one. So there's always 3. I've killed 2 of them. Just 1 left next time we come through. And hopefully when I come back, it'll be in a easy position to hit straight away.
Just a reminder for everyone in Twitch chat, a $5 donation equals 1 dog that's being pet. Doesn't have to be in the game. Don't look at the dogs in the game. Bad news.
Can I pet that dog, though?
In the game, not sure.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I would strongly advise against it.
You ever notice how zombie dogs are always like Dobermans? And you never see like Pomeranian zombie dogs.
A Pomeranian?
Yeah, it's always Dobermans or like German Shepherds. It's never
Yeah,
like
you're
a
not
Pomeranian
wrong.
or a French Bulldog or something.
French Bulldog zombie, dude. Alright, get this guy on the Capcom team.
I'm just making my life easier for later. If you ever see me go to the effort of clearing out a room like that, it's because it's a nightmare room. Or it will be later. When you come back through there, there's like 2 extras that come through the window, so... Oh, some spaghetti movement right there.
I just wanted to butt in real quick with a $50 donation from Wyburns. Thank you so much. That's at least a couple of pets for dogs in your mind.
Let's go. What's up, Wyburns?
Wyburn, I love you, mate, but I'm not petting any dogs, sorry.
And that does get us closer to the incentive for this run. As a reminder, if we hit $5,250, which is less than $200 away, we will do the final boss. Is it the final one?
The very last boss, yeah.
The
super
very
tyrant.
last boss, the Super Tyrant.
The last boss, yeah.
Yeah, with no inventory, so we'll not be able to speed up the fight. We'll not be able to have any items to help out. Just got to run around and avoid it.
Yeah, it's fairly challenging to do, but it's also like it's right at the end of the run. So if I manage to make it there without taking damage and then have to do that, I'm going to be a little bit nervous. So you'll get to watch me suffer, and yeah, it'll be fun. I don't think I've ever done it in an event before either, so I'm really excited to give it a go. It's all technical execution. You make a single mistake and you die. Right, I gotta make sure my inventory is perfectly here because I gotta pick up a bunch of stuff. Need to make sure I've got space for it. But yeah, RPG just feels like pure concentration. Every single room's like a decent challenge. Always at risk of getting hit, and right now, because the inventory is so tight, I've got no sub-weapons. As long as Mr. X doesn't randomly turn up, I think I'll be okay. Oh no. So yeah, we're just gonna aim at the wall, aim at his head.
Jesus Christ!
and we can always dodge his attack like that. Be careful if you're playing on console, your game's patched, you can't do that anymore. And if you're playing on PC, if you're playing on the DX12 version, it doesn't work either. So you always get people saying like, oh, I tried that, it doesn't work. It's because they patched it.
Classic of speedrunning and hitless running.
I just feel bad for console players. Like they already have like so many disadvantages, and then they take out like the random dodges like that. I'm just running in that room to activate that liquor, and then I always wait until I get the aim on that first aid spray, and that'll mean the liquor's gone. It goes over to the other side of the building, and it can't hear me running around anymore. Because this hallway's just got a lot harder. So there's the liquor that you had to get rid of, then this guy comes through the window, and then Mr. X will turn up at some point. Normally when you grab this, he'll turn up. Yeah, I can already hear him out there. I'm just gonna wait for him in here and juke him around this corner. Sometimes, like, by the time you get the lever, he's not here still. You can leave and him still not be there. This is the annoying one because it takes the most time, but it's definitely the safest. If he was further out, I would have just ran at him and gone for like the dodge on him. But I don't want to be in a situation where I go for the door and he's stood right at the door. I should have grabbed that ammo. I regret it so much. I regret not picking up that ammo.
You know, we are still that 30 minutes ahead. You could go back and get it. You can go collect all the ammo everywhere.
I could actually juke him around that room and pick up the ammo, but maybe I should have. I guess we'll find out. I need to stun and decapitate 2 zombies upstairs. It takes up to 3 in the leg, and I have 6 pistol bullets. So.
Did you pick up the
Wish me
ammo?
luck, I guess.
Like right here behind the bookshelf?
I could, but I'm like paranoid because Mr. X is right behind me, and he's not even in the room. Yeah, no, I should have picked it up. You're right, Maxi. You were totally right. I had time. No, it's not that bad.
He's intimidating.
If I get grabbed, I have the grenade. Like, I want that grenade, but I'll accept, like, using it for that. See, I don't even know what you guys were worried for. It was totally fine. I had the ammo.
Yeah. Plenty.
You have plenty, but you could have more.
So, Mr. X can't enter this room for reasons. It would be a really challenging room if he could. I always say, like, for April Fool's Day, they should just patch the game so we can enter rooms like this. That would have been really fun. But what he can do is he can camp behind the door. And sometimes he stands there really quietly and waits for you to come out. What I'm hoping for is that he goes back the way he came. It's much faster if I can take like the further exit.
We just got a huge donation. We got $200 from Precious Roy. Thank you so much. And with that, we're getting the final boss of this run without any inventory at all. Thank you so much.
Roy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I know you just want to watch me suffer, Roy. I know what you were thinking. I see your game, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
Suffering, but like for a good cause, so
For a
it's
good
okay.
cause, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, $5,266 raised today is an incredible amount for the American Heart Association. And so thank you all so much in chat for all the wonderful donations. You know, you can keep them coming in, and we are also going to have more incentives and things tomorrow. So
yeah, I've been excited for this event for such a long time. It's so cool that it's finally happening, and I know Deadeye's been like working day and night on it as well behind the scenes. So I spoke to him a few times when he was like crazy stressed about it. So it's amazing like how well it's gone for the first day, and yeah, it's just really cool to be a part of it. Right, so we got no dogs in the parking lot downstairs. We're completely safe. Exiting back through the parking lot, like this next section, is in my opinion, one of the harder rooms. There's a bunch of things that can go wrong. Like, if it goes well, it'll look like it was the easiest thing you've ever seen. So you just have to take my word for it that it's not. There was an extra dog. I was convinced that I'd killed 2. I was absolutely convinced that I'd killed all 3 of them, and I hadn't.
Okay.
Okay.
I was sure they were all dead. The reason I didn't get hit there was pure luck.
Skill. Skill, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Of course.
That dog is washed, tissue, all that good stuff. You're just better.
Do you see that dodge? It was totally intentional and planned. Quick puzzle. Fortunately, all the puzzles are set. So, same every time. Some people use, like, cheat sheets. I'm sure every Resident Evil player knows, like, having your cheat sheet nearby, but for Leon A, it's the only room where I don't need it.
That's not good.
If I'm in B, I need it.
Yeah, we're not going down that hallway.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up to Mr. X. I'm going to wait for him to do an attack, and then I'm going to run past him. Just like that. It's really easy. And then just take them all out of a grenade like we're bowling. Oh, I'm so glad that section's over. We're out of the RPD.
Well done, well done. Yeah, that is definitely the most stressful part of a challenge like this. The RPD is just filled with so many rooms that are, you know, filled with zombies, and you don't know what they're going to be doing. So
It's like you don't have anything, right? It's like the start of the game, you don't have anything.
yeah,
You take what you can
no
get.
inventory space.
I'm just double checking. We're entirely hitless so far.
Correct.
Damageless, yeah.
Damage.
Yep.
Damageless.
Is that the intel you
Damage.
needed?
My bad.
Unfortunately, no. Ben didn't come through.
Well, what exactly are you looking for?
More info on the people responsible for this mess.
So to start there, if you take a better line, Ada will run
Going
instead
through
of
that gun
walk,
shop
but
looks
we're
like
just
the
waiting for her
only
to unlock the door here, and we can get a bunch of cool upgrades in the shop. The shotgun upgrade makes it a 2-slot weapon instead of 1, but it decapitates from way further away. It can carry 8 shells instead of 4. So really strong upgrade.
What a mess.
Yeah, definitely one of the better upgrades in the game. There's a couple of other ones that make other weapons 2-slot weapons, and they're not necessarily, 100% worth it depending on the situation.
Yeah,
But
it
the
feels like
shotgun
the-
one
The
is
Umbrella
really
Corporation?
good.
feels like the pistol one just is never worth it being a 2-slot
They
weapon.
have a virus.
Yeah, that one, and also the submachine gun.
That explains the horrible things I've seen.
I feel like the submachine gun's just too good anyway. It's such a good weapon.
Yeah, just in its base mode, it's just really good.
Based on what you've
Nothing
said,
quite like feels
Sort
as
of
good
seems
as the
fake.
shotgun though. I'm so glad they didn't
Thanks.
change the difficulty of this game by
Can't
just
imagine
making
a
all the
real
zombies
scientist
bullet
being down here.
sponges. The way they've like balanced the zombies in hardcore in this game just
Come
feels
on.
like really
sewers
sensible.
are run
And
by the city. How could they have a facility?
I played so
without
much of
the
this
authorities
game,
knowing?
and it's never stopped being interesting to me. I've never stopped enjoying it.
Jesus, that an earthquake?
Like when we when we finish this run, I'll probably just keep playing more of it. To be honest.
I love games like that where you just have like such a passion for the game that you just don't stop playing it. And like even if you do like one of the coolest things like ever of all time, you're like, well, I'm just gonna hop back on this game after we're done.
Yeah, I never get as soon as I see that score screen, I'm just like, yeah, I think it could be a little bit better. So I'll try again.
Chance. You're stuck with me.
This is a set piece. This is where I'd say the original game did it better, but I'm gonna hold left. It's gonna snap once. I'm gonna hold right.
Holy shit!
It's gonna snap twice. Throw in stuff,
Leon language.
and then we hold left. It's gonna go to the right again. I'll take consistent over random any day. now we're just chilling, waiting for Ada. She'll be along soon.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
Leon, we just went over this language.
I think he might have another one in him for the rest of the game. Also,
I think that one's marginally better because he was a bit more creative with that rather than just like yelling it.
if
I'll personally give him the pass
get up
if no one
here.
else does.
if a zombie
very-
gets like too close to you before it lunges, he'll like scream at it as well. It's got like a special
Yeah.
line for that.
You said the virus
I was
turned
about to
people
mention
into monsters,
how
not
there's
reptiles.
like 8 or 9 different just random swears that they blurred out during just regular gameplay. I don't know why they did it for this game, but it's hilarious. There's like a mod you can install, and it just blurts them all out. It's funny.
Do you have any bingo references? Because, you know, that's my favorite line in the remake of 4.
No, but
Yeah,
I'm glad
the
they kept
bingo
the
line
lines.
So
is
let me get this
classic.
Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military? Somebody else's?
The only line that I wish they kept in
don't
RE4
sell the
remake was
monsters. They sell the
your
viruses
right
that
hand
make
comes
them.
off.
And Annette is who makes
That's a
the
good one.
viruses.
That's a-
Scary as that
that's a banger
alligator
line.
is. Annette is far more dangerous.
I'm sorry, Mitch. You said bingo, and I blacked out because I got so excited.
Do
we're
love
gonna
bingo?
Let's go bingo.
Let's go bingo.
You can run, Annette.
I think like Ada's my favorite character in all Resident Evil, and I'm so glad they gave a what can only be described as a sonic screwdriver for this section. So it's like, yeah, you get to play as Ada. Get excited. You're gonna blow up some fans.
You know what? You're not wrong. It's a little underwhelming.
A little underwhelming. But I actually much prefer this to Sherry's section because it's less of like an auto scroller.
For sure. Yeah, I get that. So, what do you like playing Ada in RE6?
Don't do it. Don't do it. I recently played RE6 for the first time and I didn't love it. I'll go with that. I didn't love it.
It's okay to be wrong.
Is that the one where Chris punches a boulder, or is that
No,
five?
that's
No,
five.
that's
No, that's
five.
5.
5 is no joke. My second favorite Resident Evil game.
5 is actually really tight, yeah.
It's so good.
I'm gonna admit that I don't know anything about like the Resident Evil games. I just wanted to cause problems on purpose.
No,
Well,
it's
you said
it's
the perfect
hilarious.
Oh, I really don't want this guy to be like this. It's fine. I just decided to pretend he didn't exist, and it worked. So normally that zombie stands up. Rarely he can be on the ground like that. When they're on the ground, they can do like this diving lunge at you. That's awkward, and they're more awkward to stun when they're on the ground too. But no, that was mostly fine.
Got you now.
So Mr. X is going to turn up now, and we have to use our sonic screwdriver to save. I was going to say save Rose Tower, but we're just turning the power on to the right places, and turning power on to the fans so we can overload them, as you do. But yeah, you have so much time to get away from Mr. X. It's a little bit hairy the first time you do it, but I'm not too worried. Let's say.
Yeah, if anybody wants to play arguably the best piece of gameplay that Ada's ever been given, the RE4 remake Separate Ways is the way to go.
I'll let you know when I get to 4 remake when I have a PC that can handle it. One day.
Bravo.
Yeah, so we're getting locked in.
You'll never get your filthy hands on the
It's a bit of an auto scroll. We're just waiting, and then we're gonna hit all the buttons in the right order to get ourselves out.
And you won't die alone.
Thrilling
Short
gameplay.
and sweet. Yeah, short and sweet it is. But yeah, no, I take this over an auto scroller anytime. Why do all my favorite games have auto scrollers?
She knows what she's doing.
Maybe you secretly like auto scrollers. and it keeps drawing you to them.
Yeah, maybe auto-scrollers aren't even bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe autoscrollers are just peak speedrunning.
Much to think about. But yeah, that's the Ada section. And now we get to go to the sewers as Leon. The sewers is like pretty consistent apart from just one part, which is the way back
Ada?
through the trail with
Where are
the
you?
G mutants. I'll talk about it when I
yes.
get there, but it's hell. It really is hell. And we're
Also,
not,
I just wanted to mention that donations to the American Heart Association can help educate the world on how to better take care of their bodies, the dangers of vaping, because if you vape too much, you might have health problems. You might end up looking like these guys on the ground. That is not healthy. Absolutely get in your donations.
I'm going to try and be a little bit cheeky here. If I'm fast enough, I can run past this first zombie, but I'm still going to take the other two out. So as long as I hook this rail here, this zombie will just not grab me, essentially. But I'm still going to kill these two, because when I come back through here later, I'm going to pick up the chest piece. And either of those two zombies can be stood right by it in a way that they can just grab you as you go to get it. It's kind of rare, but for 2 shotgun bullets, it's worth being 100% safe.
Yeah, and that last zombie head pop was like the perfect example of how the shotgun upgrade that Apache got like a few minutes ago at the Kendo gun shop just works like a charm.
Yeah, it becomes like a real ranged weapon once you get that piece. When the G-mutants are in the water, if you hit them while they're like kind of like hiding, you can run past them as long as you don't approach them as they're rising out of the water, because it'll stagger you and then they'll grab you. The G-mutant's poison as well, so if we get grabbed, it's really bad times. Obviously it does damage, but poison constantly makes you cough and stop as well, and it'll mean you get killed by other things.
Where'd she go?
We're just doing a bit of a collectathon here now, so we're gonna get the T piece,
I'm coming, Ada.
which is like the next key item, and we're also gonna get the 3rd shotgun upgrade from the safe. It's perfectly like possible to finish the game and just keep the 1 shotgun upgrade that we got. It makes it fire fast. This last upgrade makes it fire faster and reload 2 at once, 2 shells instead of 1 shell at a time. It's just really good for the G3 fight, because you've got like limited time to take out its eyes, and just having that upgrade for the, I don't know, probably 20 seconds it takes to pick it up, I've always found it to be worth it. And if you ever forget the combination for the safe, it's written on the side of it.
That's convenient. Not very secure, though.
No. So for anyone who doesn't know, this game does actually have stealth mechanics, and I can only show you if this zombie is facing the wrong way. But if you walk, they don't actually hear you. Sometimes he'll lean his head back and catch you, but yeah, I've never really found... Oh, crap. I've never really found any use for it. I just like that it exists.
I also like that that second zombie just had no idea what you did to the first one.
It's typically sprinting that like catches their attention. So yeah, not just the lickers, but also the zombies as well. Like if they don't have vision of you, if they don't hear you running, you can sneak around them. Yeah, I just think that's cool, even though I've never used it for any other reason apart from showing it in that one room there. I have actually seen people at the start of the B scenario, you know, right at the beginning, kind of like sneak past all the zombies. So there is stuff that you can do with it.
Wow,
So
that guy's still standing there.
ideal. There is like one position he can go into where like I have to kill him. But yeah, I'm doing, like, as I say, safe, consistent strats that all rely on execution, but I'm not doing like, oh no. I changed my mind.
That's close.
Yeah. So
I just changed my mind. I went down and then I decided I didn't want to be there anymore. When you shoot a G mutant, when you're in a safe position, he will like dive into the water. I think I just missed him, so he didn't dive, and I was like approaching him like he was diving. So nearly ended the run there, but we're all
yeah.
good.
Also, I think sometimes there's like a delay.
No, so I shot him and didn't wait long enough before dropping down, so he like caught the attention of me again. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I think he was on like the middle of an animation. This game's weird about animations. Pretty much all the Resident Evil games are nowadays, but more G adults
Oh my god.
in this
Yeah,
section.
so
This is getting worse.
there's going to be one hiding in the ground. I'm going to pop him out the water, and then I'm going to try and run past the next one. There is a chance that like this next one can do a swing instead of a grab, and it can hit me unless my movement's absolutely perfect. Just like that.
Ooh.
What I was actually hoping for there is that he would just grab me, because the swing does have a chance to hit you. Its hitbox is really awkward. I feel like I've been perfectly safe from it and got hit by it, and I feel like I should have got hit by it and it's totally missed, so...
I don't know. I've watched this game a lot. That was really scary even for me.
Felt spooky.
Maybe he's got
little
the,
bit.
FPS difference on his hitboxes as well.
And the reason I just deleted that knife out of my inventory is because I don't actually have space for it. I was fully intending to get grabbed and use it there, but I'm going to get the flamethrower here. I'm going to get all the chest pieces. So I'm not going to have space for that knife anymore.
Yeah, if anyone's wondering, is the flamethrower good? Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yes, it's
pretty good.
really good.
Yeah, if a chat question, don't look. Is the flamethrower good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Glad we cleared that up.
Also, it's kind of funny that Mitch mentioned like FPS related stuff. Little fun fact for everybody. If you play this game on 5 FPS, don't do that. It's terrible. You can't get grabbed by stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why we don't allow it.
What?
I
Oh, I
wanted
was
to-
about to do that. I was about to get my free
No,
damageless.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, everyone pray.
Praying.
Praying.
Rages in chat.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Great job.
Yeah, the Geodolt can just randomly be in the middle of the kind of the passageway that Apache was going through there. Makes things a little tricky.
You probably watched that series thinking, wow, that looks so easy. It's genuinely one of the hardest areas in the game, and the whole time I'm just thinking like, please don't be this pattern, please don't do this. Like there's so many different variables, and you have to like change what you're doing depending on what you see in front of you. And yeah, like Maxie said, you didn't want one to drop out the water. There's one that can like jump out right before you get out, pretty much. And then you have to like back away, bait out its attacks, change what you do depending on what it does. Awful times.
I feel like it's always the stuff that's the hardest that always looks the easiest.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I just want one grenade and 2 flash grenades for this next fight. Solve the puzzle. It's King Queen and Night Rook Pawn. Alright, this run's been going so well, let's do something dangerous. 60% of the time this works every time.
Almost there, Ada.
Uh-oh.
That's like a 160% success rate.
Exactly. What could go wrong?
Math checks out.
So this is G2. Basically, if I do anything wrong in G2, I'm going to be loading a save. So to get G2 out, we're going to run along this pipe. I'm going to throw a grenade at this door and hope that pushes him into the next phase. It has. So he's going to break down this door, and I'm going to get a chance to deal some damage to him. I'm going to use the flamethrower until he zips away. You'll see him like zip through the air like that. Now I've got to run.
Still alive?
He's really close to me. He's going to hit me, actually, I think. Okay, no. When he's zip, like he does like an awkward motion. We call it like a zip. It means he'll always like run into that bunch of boxes or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to throw the flash grenade. Pick up more flash grenades and the knife. And now I'm going to go right behind him and bait out the backswing. Move a little bit to reposition. I'm going to take the flamethrower down to 150. Hit this.
Now I got you.
It's going to bring the container back, but now I need to deal enough damage to him to make sure he dies when the container hits him. Flash just to make sure. He should be dead here. Yeah, he's dead.
Nice.
Let's go.
And yeah, if I did any step
That was
with
an
that run-
incredible watch.
Let's hope that's the last of them.
I'm just waiting for my my pulse to come back down a little bit, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I'm glad to be out of that fight. It's one of those, if you do any of that execution wrong, you're dead. I'm sure there's backups, but the likelihood is you're gonna not just get hit, but you're going to die.
That wristband's our ticket to ride.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
So the container, you don't see its health, but it has, every time you're dealing damage to it, it's got an invisible number that's going down. As long as it's past a certain threshold, it only takes the container hitting it once to kill it. You have to hit it with the container for it to die, but if you don't do enough damage to it first, you have to hit it with the container multiple times. So all of the setup with like the flamethrower was to ensure that would happen. That's basically the last time I'm going to use the flamethrower for the rest of the run. I'm going to hit G3 with it like a little bit, but... And I'm still going to get the upgrade for it, even though it's pretty much useless. I just happened to run past it, so it's like, oh, I may as well.
Yeah, it's just the perfect weapon for G2 specifically, really.
I do feel like Leon gets a much easier G2 fight because of how good the flamethrower is, whereas Claire like has the much easier G3 fight because of the acid rounds.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And also the spark shot on G3 is really, really powerful.
Yeah, super good as well.
Until the doors are fully open.
The least listened to advice ever in gaming.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
What,
Never
decent
get over that,
spark shot?
For your safety,
No, the stand clear until the doors are fully open.
The door.
Oh.
Enjoy your visit.
Right, so we're in the dark here. We can go right, pick up a grenade. There is a zombie on the right there. Like, I never actually see him. I just kind of know he's there and hope he doesn't grab me. But it tends to be like when you go right to pick up that grenade, it just staggers its movement enough so you can run past it. But yeah, hand grenade, super useful. There's a knife down here. There's a large gunpowder as well. Mixing large gunpowder with the yellow gunpowder gives you like more shotgun shells. Where's Gary? I call that zombie Gary. I don't know why. Sometimes he can hide on the right and grab you. Definitely lost damageless runs to him.
That's such a nice name for him too. Like, you were kind to this gentleman.
He kind
Named him
of
Gary.
looks like a Gary.
Gary loved you this run.
Yeah, he did. When he's on the left, that's brilliant. When he hides on the right, not ideal. But that's
Is that a cheeky Faith reference?
Maybe.
Oh, okay, all right.
Chief Cartwright in the east area.
So with that G2 strat, I was saying like 60% of the time it works every time. I'm gonna do another one of those strats like kind of soon. If I get hit by it, if I get hit because of it, like I don't even think I'll be that mad. It's worth it just because of how ridiculous it looks if I can pull it off.
I will say, like, the remake does a lot of interesting changes to Resident Evil 2, but this room is really cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous to look at. It's one of the first things I ever saw of this game as well, was this area. It reminds me of a lot of the first movie as well. You know, one of the greatest films of all time, of course. I do actually genuinely really like the first Resident Evil film. So yeah, that big gunpowder we picked up, mix it with this. This new enemy is the Ivy. If you don't use a defensive, you're dead. Basically, if it grabs you, you don't use a defensive, you're 100% dead.
Do you have defensive items left at this point?
Yeah, I've got a few. I've always got, like, I always try and have one on hand for a situation. Like right now I have the knife, and I also have like flash grenades that I'm going to use in a moment. So the Ivies also have like bulbs on them as well, and you can stun them by shooting a bulb. But when you have the upgraded shotgun also has a chance to stun them anyway. So even if you miss, you'll probably still stun them anyway. So you account for them in like multiple ways. But I always try and like maximize my inventory. I just love picking items up. If I can pick up something else, I'm doing it. But yeah, it's red, green, blue repeatedly until you solve this. One of the things I always joke about with this puzzle is if you do it wrong, if you press green at the wrong time, I'm not even sure how to fix it. Like, what would you do if you did it wrong?
Is there a way to like reset it with going back in the room?
You just uninstall.
Okay.
you know that 30 minutes where you would be using it.
Yeah, skill issue, I fear.
We'll just get all of chatting on it, like everyone vote like the next button to press, like blue, red, or green, until we do it.
Yeah, and they can only donate to vote. You might be onto something.
All right, 60% of the time this works every time. Yeah, one of them's still alive, I think.
How did he live?
I don't know for sure. I don't use SRT, but it just sounded like one of them was still alive.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it sounded like, yeah.
I'll just be cautious when I go back down there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this door up here. If you go through it and back out again, it resets the positions of the Wickers if they're still alive. And it's a good way to tell, like, if you don't know if you've killed them or not, this is a really good way to tell. If they're dead, their bodies will just still be on the ground, right? But if they're still alive, it will like fully move them away. So I'm going to carefully walk back down, and I reckon that even if one of them is still alive, it'll only have like one shotgun shell before it's dead. Let's find out. That one's dead. Okay, they're dead.
Oh,
very nice.
That's so strange.
Surprise.
He definitely made that noise where like he like jumps away.
Do you know, I think it might have been when I pushed the door open, it activates that other zombie, right? And I think it might have been the sound of that.
Ah.
Because it was like, it all happened at like the same time. But yeah, that liquor strat, never do it in an event where you only have like one chance. But it does look
Welcome
cool.
back, Dr. Lee.
Yeah, no, that was pretty swaggy. I'm not gonna lie.
Messages.
I wouldn't do that myself.
Left the freezer open.
Cooling complete.
Alright, we got an awkward exit here. So there's Ivies, and then we're gonna have Mr. X turn up. So we're hoping for a good pattern. They can be in all kinds of different positions, but generally I'm just gonna like mow them down as I go through them. I'm just gonna use whatever shotgun ammo I have to get past them, and I'm just looking for when I hit them and it stuns. All right, where are they? This is a weird one. I hate this. Like he was like hiding from me. He was like trying to camp or something. I've never seen them take cover before.
He's played Gears of War.
Yeah.
I thought he was an RE6.
Did the trick.
Oh no.
Warning. You have dispersed a dangerous solution.
So I think it's just those two IVs, no others. If you knife the bulbs, it takes them longer to get up. So I'm gonna put this in here, and Mr. X is gonna turn up, and you generally get chance to shoot like maybe 2 or 3 shotgun shells if you quit. So I can shoot that one, that one's down, and that one's gonna stay down. And Mr. X is now behind me, and then there's 2 more IVs as I leave. Hopefully they're both near each other, like this, and then I only have to shoot one.
Yeah, the one on the right, for some strange reason, takes way longer to activate. But I learned today, I didn't know that those other 2 IVs, if you hit the bulbs, they stay down longer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, shout out Carsey. I learned that from watching his video. There's a bunch of like really good no damage runners that I've just watched all their stuff to work out strats.
Hopefully the G sample's up here.
Living Disaster, like most of the time I'll watch Living Disaster and he's like so ridiculously good at the game and he'll do something crazy. I'll be like, yeah, I don't think I can do that actually, and then I'll watch someone else and take something a bit easier. But yeah, so many amazing Resident Evil players. Yeah, we can get...
I'd like come from a totally different world of gaming, so just like watching Resident Evil just in general is like so mesmerizing to me because I think it's so cool, but I don't think I'd be able to like be good at it.
Well, I said that. I said when the game came out, I said that new Resident Evil game looks cool, but I think it'd be too scary for me. And look how that turned out. I am still a bit scared.
And then
to be honest.
you know, you just get good.
It is scary. I will give you that.
Oh, G Freud. So G3 is a pretty tough boss. Essentially, I'm going to take him down so he like drops to the ground, and I'm going to use the knife to take the majority of his health away. Each time I like battle with him, I'm hoping for him to do certain attacks, and the way I make him do those attacks is by standing at the correct range from him. I'll just try and talk you through it as I do it. This is like, in my opinion, this is the hardest boss in the game.
This is a fight where you can suffer from success.
Yeah, right. No, please no crit. Right, cool. Getting a crit there is the worst, because I wanted to just damage that eye a little bit, so I can try and take out the big eye now. There we go. And then that's only one shot from being down. So I'm just using the flamethrower until I get close to him, and now I'm just gonna use the knife. Now I want to get a good amount of range. I don't think I'm far enough here. I want him to jump at me, just like that. Right. I just gotta hope for like 2 more attacks correctly now. I don't want to get too far away from him because I'm trying to make him do a certain... There we go. I'm trying to make him do that, basically. I know that's not making a lot of sense, but I was also panicking. Okay, hopefully I can finish him off here. Yes, get him. there.
Yo, let's
Nice.
go.
Self-destruct sequence. Target has been neutralized.
God,
So,
that's
yeah.
scary.
Quarantine.
Like if he does a different attack to the one I wanted, you just getting hit. Like, I don't
Yeah,
need this anymore.
it's crazy how like the hitboxes work with G3. It'll look like he's not even close to touching you, and you'll get swiped anyways. So it's if he does wrong attacks, like Apache said, like you're getting hit.
He can, like, the range you have to stand at, like if you're slightly out of it, like he can hit you from there. Like he can gain the ground on you so quick, and yeah, he kills you in 2 hits as well. So he's
Attention.
all right. Here's
Yeah.
do you want to know a fun fact?
Let's
I
go.
would love to.
We're coming up on this super tyrant, so the incentive got met. I'm going to do it with no weapons and items, and I haven't taken any damage anywhere else so far. So I just got to hit, like, they were like, oh, have you got any incentives? And I was like, well, I had this one idea, but it's kind of hard, but I think I can do it. And now I'm like here at the end of the run, now I've got to do it, and yeah, wish me luck. We got a little while before we get there, but no matter what happens, this run went amazing, and I'm really happy.
Amazing run on top of like the amount that we raced for it.
Yeah, it's been wild.
It's pretty impressive.
Truly a schmanger of a run
It's,
and a night.
Attention.
it's been a schmanga for sure.
Initiated. Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level platform.
All right, so we're gonna leave. There's a couple of Ivies in the way. Gonna have Mr. X in the way, and then the Super Tyrant.
Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
Tech, if you wouldn't mind, like not now, but when I actually get to the Super Tyrant, can you mute and deafen me in the Discord, please? Not like right now, but I'll let you know like when I'm just before it.
Yeah, that'll get handled.
Thank you.
Attention. Self-destruct sequence initiated.
I once did this run in another event, and I genuinely just almost ran into Mr. X here. My brain turned off for a second. I don't know what happened.
Is this a fucking joke?
We were laughing at this line. Oh,
Hey.
It's like I can remember. It lives rent free in my head, man.
We had to get one more in before the end.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'll give that one a pass.
It's his first day on the job.
Until detonation.
Yeah, he's new to hotfix.
Attention. Self-destruct sequence initiated.
All right, this is it. This is it. No weapon, no sub-weapon, nothing, no inventory, Super Tyrant. If you could, yeah, mute deafen me, and I will go for it.
Luck.
There he goes.
So I guess I'll explain really quickly. This Super Tyrant right here, this is Mr. X, but he's got this crazy claw now, and it's on fire, and it does a lot of damage. And essentially, Apache is going to try and bait out 2 specific attacks. There is a 2 in 3 chance that these attacks will be exactly what he wants, but there is a 1 in 3 chance where Super Tyrant will decide to do a jumping attack. So yeah, we're just all gonna pray.
7 minutes.
Is that for each attack?
Detonation.
So he's getting pretty lucky.
Well, that 1 in 3 usually happens after this attack right here.
Okay.
There's some more math. There's some math, but kind of simplified it. But yeah, this is going. It's going good so far. Those rocks that fell. Apache's going to try to avoid Super Tyrant getting near those because Super Tyrant will then attack the rocks instead. Like he'll do an uppercut swing to break them, and that kind of messes up the kind of the rhythm that Apache's got right now. Just keeping him in this corner.
Dodges are so impressive.
Like a dance, right?
Yeah, and the hitbox on this attack right here, this one, it's a little bit wider than this double swing, so you have to be extra careful of that one.
Looks like it also comes out a little faster.
Yeah, much faster, yes. You can see the timer at the top of the screen is ticking down. Still got, actually, I don't remember how much longer.
Hopefully it doesn't have to go for 5 more minutes.
No, not 5 more minutes. No.
You can, take the time or trigger the event faster if you do damage, but of course that is not an option with this incentive.
5 minutes until detonation.
Yeah, that timer's for like the self-destruct system, so don't want to be spending an extra 5 minutes, otherwise everything's gonna go blam. Which would probably count as damage.
I don't think so.
Has that ever been like a situation where it's needed to be discussed?
No, because you eventually have the means to beat him. Unless you just want to go blam. You could be, it's pacifist run, right? That would not be good though. But it's a choice.
Bad ending run.
Oh, he did it.
Okay.
Where did this thing come from?
I get through that.
First phase done. Bam. That was beautiful. Well done.
Immaculate.
Excellent.
I
Is
need
that the
little
end of the
bonus.
scary part here?
Yeah, it's over, yeah.
Okay, we can probably undeafen him.
Yeah, just gonna quickly rocket these last
That was so
zombies.
impressive.
And it's over.
Get in there. Oh my god. Oh, do you know what? That probably doesn't look that hard to do, but I swear to God, my hands were shaking and my vision was blurring.
And it feels like eternity, right?
It does.
And yeah, it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, how long is this fight? I swear it's not this long usually. It's time, by the way.
GG, amazing.
That's so cool. That's amazing.
Oh my God, yes, under the original estimate as well. I don't even know what to
Didn't
say.
even use that bank 30 minutes.
I appreciate them leaving me 30 minutes like that though. Holy crap, Resident Evil 2, no damage, hardcore. That was awesome. That was my first time ever doing Resi on GDQ. I loved every minute of it. I was nervous. Thank you so much, Maxi, for being here. Appreciate you, mate.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for having me.
Days ahead. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here.
Always, of course.
Everyone, great job today. And yeah, I'm apachesmash. I never stream, so check out maxylobes. He's going to be playing Silent Hill all weekend, right?
I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I just like to turn up and raise money for charity whenever I get accepted to do so. So I really, really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter, apachesmash. I'm posting just the worst things there every single day. And we also run a podcast called The Kojima Frequency. That's me and Days and 2 other people. Maxi has been on it as well. And we
Really, really good podcast.
Thank you.
we talk just like so much about Resident Evil on there. In fact, our last guest was Susie Hunter. So like we talk about it so much, but I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for having me. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, and thank you for the incredible run. Commentators, do you guys have any last shout outs or anything you want to say before we wrap up for the day?
No, just thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for having me. Great job again, Apache. And yeah, hope the rest of the event goes just as awesome and as it's been now. So
Yeah, and thank you guys for the amazing commentary, amazing run, our first damageless of the day. But surely more to come as we do have 2 more days of amazing runs for Games Done Hitless. We've got that relay race starting tomorrow and finishing up on Sunday. We've got several more showcases and everything to do here. So that relay race, it's going to be Team Hob versus Team Dino. 5 different games relay race with a 6th possibly as an incentive at the end that I would love to meet, because I love to add Sekiro in there. Get it into the Souls games. You know, we can argue all day about whether it is or isn't a Souls game, but I love to see it in those relay races anyway. And so, yeah, really looking forward to all of those runs coming up. And of course, thank you all so much for raising over $5,000 today. $5,266 raised for the American Heart Association. Great cause, great runs, so much awesome stuff going on, and we cannot wait to see you all again tomorrow, to see you all again on Sunday for those amazing relay races and showcases. And so thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Yeah, like Mitch said, the streams on Sunday and tomorrow are going to be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be live all day, and we're going to be doing a rerun as well. But before we get out of here, I do want to mention that Disaster Relief Done Quick submissions close in 2 days. That's going to be live next weekend. And then Awesome Games Done Quick 2025 submissions can close in 3 days. And that's going to be on January 5th of next year. So that's going to be very close. And I just want to mention, like Mitch said, we got $5,266. That is unreal. I'm so happy we managed to get that. That is all being raised for American Heart Association. They're doing incredible work. They are providing education to healthcare professionals and the public. They're applying new knowledge to treat heart disease and stroke. They're teaching individual prevention. They're focusing on health impact through the conditions in which people live, work, pray, and play. And they are fighting against systems, laws,